In this module, we're going to talk about everything you never wanted to know about certificates with an on-prem IAM and presence solution. I'll apologize in advance. This is probably the most painful section of the presence deployment um, process that there is. And it's just one of those things that we have to deal with. You know, Cisco decided to start using certificates as a way to secure communications between the Jabber for Windows client and the backend systems. What do you do? So I'm going to do my best to walk you through a scenario here for deploying and using certificates in your environment that hopefully helps you avoid some of the pitfalls that I have run into out in production environments and save you a little bit of time. So let's jump into it and talk about applying certificates. In previous modules, we talked about the need to remove the DNS dependence from Cisco Unified Communications Manager and migrate towards a fully qualified domain name or FQDN based naming approach. This module is the reason for that. It's all about the certificate. So I wanted to bring it back up again here and remind you that it is important we remove that DNS dependence because everything we're about to do is going to depend on that. In this module, we're going to talk about how Cisco is utilizing certificates for communication between all of the various nodes that are communicating with the Jabber for Windows client, because really this is about Jabber for Windows talking to Call Manager, Jabber for Windows talking to IAM and Presence, Jabber for Windows talking to Unity Connection. We're going to walk through the generation of certificate signing requests and introduce you to that process. We're going to then have our certificate authority generate certificates for us based on those CSRs, and we're going to install them and verify that they are working in our environment. I'm going to talk to you about some choices you can make when deciding how to generate those CSRs based on how you want to use certs in your environment, but we'll get to that here in a couple of slides. First off, and again, this is going to be a review, traditional best practices were to configure CUCM to use an IP address, and the purpose for that was removing the DNS dependence. Now, times are changing, and the new best practice is that we're going to leverage FQDN, and that's all about these certificates. So this slide is a review, but I really want to drive this home. If you're not starting out already FQDN, you're going to be really struggling to get things working properly, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of certificate validation problems. So get this out of the way first.